Drive here in the beating heart of Armstrong Creek. On behalf of Martha Angelopoulos and the team at Coronis Real Estate, we thank you all for your attendance, your attention, and for the interested parties, whether here or live streaming. We wish you the very best luck in your bidding and buying here today. Remember, buyers, we wish you the best success moving forward, regardless of your purchase here today. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're here to buy and to the successful purchaser, we wish you a congratulations in advance on your magnificent purchase, and what a magnificent purchase it will be for many years to come. Bit of peak out traffic. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank our vendors for not only entrusting me to be their auctioneer here today, but entrusting the good team at Coronis Real Estate to sell what is arguably their most prized possession. Now, surely when the property is sold, a 10% deposit shall be required upon signing the contract if you are the successful purchasers. Unless any other arrangements have been made prior to the start of today's auction, the balance of the purchase monies is to be paid at settlement, which has been scheduled for a very simple and flexible 30, 60 or 90 days. Now, buyers, you'll be also pleased to know that Coronis Real Estate ensure owner and buyer security through the list of today's auction rules, and today's auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that are made available for your inspection prior to the start of today's auction. The auction rules prohibit myself, the auctioneer, from accepting bids or offers of the property after the property has been knocked down a successful bidder. Now, the vendors do have a reserve price, and as the auctioneer do indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and of course prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and does provide fines for such conduct. Now, the rules do permit vendor bids, and the words I'll use during the auction simply indicate I'll be making a bid on behalf of the vendor are quite simply vendor bid, and by law only I, as your auctioneer here today, can place that vendor bid. Now, buyers, in the unlikely event we don't reach the vendor's sensible reserve price, and ladies and gentlemen, let me stress to you all, very sensible reserve price, and should the property get passed in here today, the highest bidder will have chosen an exclusive right to treat for the purchase of this home at the vendor's said sensible reserve. So what I'd like to say, buyers, if you do have interest in this property today, do make yourself known, do bid boldly, bid aggressively, and most importantly, bid to your most upper echelon of your capacity, as I'd hate for you to miss out on this golden opportunity, and what an opportunity it truly is. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, multiple living zones, set across a well-designed and free-flowing floor plan. Ladies and gentlemen, underpinned on approximately 528 square metres of A-grade Armstrong Creek soil. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been around the area, you've been through a few open homes across Armstrong Creek, you would realise that this sits amongst the upper echelon in terms of land size. It's getting smaller and smaller upon release and release. Sub 500 properties is the new norm in the area. So to get this space, it is hard to find. Make no mistake about it. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of space, we have a lot more storage and car accommodation in the garage that sits behind me, with the additional side access for whatever hobby you choose. Ladies and gentlemen, additional cars, caravan, boats, trailer, whatever you choose to store or tow, there is room for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is perfect opportunity for the growing family or savvy investor alike. And why wouldn't it be, ladies and gentlemen? Because the backbone behind every single real estate transaction is its location. And what better location do we have in Armstrong Creek than Coastal Drive? If you're new to the area, you're in for an absolute treat. We're talking schools, shops, cafes, parklands, public transport, and of course, the surf coast just a stone's throw away. We have absolutely everything you need right at your fingertips today, ladies and gentlemen. So you have my strongest recommendation here today for the property that stands behind me. But buyers, lots of talk and great discussion. What's this property worth? We submit it over to you. We submitted this property to public auction, so who would like to commence submitting for number 12 Coastal Drive here in the heart of Armstrong Creek, and start me off wherever you like. There's always a big build up for some sudden silence. What do we say, buyers? I did see there's a few people on the live stream as well. What do we say? Can we welcome anybody in? Not looking for your best price, looking for your first price. We've seen Martha and the team at Coronis Real Estate throughout the course of the campaign advertise at 700 to 750. Fair and reasonable if you ask me. What do we say? Can we welcome anybody in at any level? Now, I forget to mention how peaceful and quiet the neighbourhood is as well. And so, from what I've seen, the neighbours look very, very friendly. So, what do we say? Can we welcome anybody in? Well, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we will place a vendor bid, and I do have the power to place the vendor bid, but I would prefer to see the live bidder, because what I see is traditionally an opening bidder has 80% strike rates that generally come in, sign the contracts and put the sold sticker up after the auction. Why is that? Because you've probably just eliminated half your competition purely from your aggressive opening bid. So what do we say? Can we welcome anybody in any level you like? Well, we've seen throughout the course of the campaign, Martha's advertised 700, 750. There's often no way. We'll kick things off with a vendor bid at $720,000 and move it along from there. And ladies and gentlemen, vendor bids with me at a vendor bid at $720,000. What do we say for 10 or 20 on the rise, if you will? At 720, triple O the bid now. What do we say? Can we see it and say it at 730? Great buying at this level. I challenge you to buy better at $720,000 bids with me now. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to know first, second, third, final time at $720,000 with me in the vendor bid. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me explain to you what happens from here. If you do have interest in this property today, you do need to make yourself known. Do place that bid, because you will get that first and exclusive right to negotiate at the vendor's sensible reserve price. Why is this so? Because if I do pass it in on vendor bid, we do open it up to the public market. Those that are here today that may have interest, those that are here today watching via live stream, they do have the right to compete for the property, but it's against everyone else. So you're basically having an auction after an auction. So if you want that first and exclusive right to negotiate, we do need you to see, put your hand up, participate, we'll pass the property in, get that first and exclusive right, because at $720,000, the bids with me at a vendor bid, we'll pass the property in if there's no further bidder offer. First, second, third, and final time at $720,000 at a vendor bid. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will formally pass the property in a vendor bid at $720,000. If you do have any interest, or if, please speak to Martha. Same with likewise with those that are live streaming here today. Thank you all for your attendance, and have a fantastic weekend.